Coach Kat, founder of Symphonic Mind Body Coaching. Welcome to the SMBC YouTube series Kat Chats, where I sit down with incredible humans to explore how they move through life, find their rhythm, and stay balanced. Today, I'm sitting down with Danielle Adams-Wiltshire, PCC, founder and Chief Empowerment Officer of QueenSuite LLC, where she democratizes professional development for marginalized professionals globally. A PCC-credentialed coach, facilitator, TED Fellows coach, keynote speaker. She unlocks leadership potential, strengthens communication, and accelerates career growth across Fortune 100 organizations, as well as international nonprofits and professional associations. Danielle, how are you? Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me. I'm so glad I could get to do this with you.
Ah, likewise. I am honored that you wanted to share some time with me today. So, aside from what I just shared, would you please tell the people who you are, where you're from, and where you currently reside?
Oh my goodness. Well, that's a long story. Okay, I'll give you the short version.
No, we
I
have
like to
time.
I'm like, okay, let's see. I like to say that I am a wife, a daughter, a dog mom. I'm an auntie to a beautiful baby niece who I am just paving the way for her to light the world on fire. And I would also say that I am originally from New Jersey, technically raised there, but born in New York. All right, so a New Yorker just by fire and by heart, and I live in Pennsylvania. So I kind of say that that makes me a New York Jersylvanian, just so people can understand. It's a tri-state thing.
It is what it is. It's real.
It is. It is.
People get it. I love it. Well, thank you for being here. So, Danielle, we're gonna jump right in. Very
Do it.
first question that I want to know, burning question. What got into you got into this space? Like what inspired you to be a coach? How did you get here?
Okay. So, how did I get here? The short version of that is me becoming a coach was actually my villain origin story. um, yeah, there is a story behind that. And once I was able to get past that part of it and reconnect with my sense of purpose, I really did have the goal of being the coach that I wish I would have known I could have had. In my first career, I worked in retail banking. So I like to say I'm a recovering, banker. Don't hold that against me. But I worked in the banking industry for 15 years before I became a coach. But I did a lot of coaching in my first career, and I got to a place in my career and in my work where I had to figure out what I really enjoyed doing the most out of all the things that I had done, and all of the titles that I held. What did I enjoy the most? And it was developing my staff, because I got to hire people and give them opportunities and they were people who would have otherwise been overlooked, because I saw some things in that world, when we would review resumes and that kind of thing. I got to give people opportunities, and then I got to coach them. I got to help them realize their full potential. So the thing that was the most fulfilling to me in all of the work that I did in my first career was developing other people who hadn't been accustomed to having someone believe in them.
That's so real. Having someone believe in you can be the difference between you just deciding to continue to do something that you aren't really passionate about versus going for what you want, going for what you need, going for where spirit's telling you to go.
Yeah, there were plenty of people who had no business doing, the kind of work that we were doing. At times, I worked in a call center, nitty gritty. I worked in a in a financial services branch, a financial center. And people don't always take a liking to doing that kind of work. I've done business development and sales, and I've even done some commercial lending underwriting. Not my proudest moment. That was part of villain origin story, but
Oof.
it was one of those things where you're doing work that you don't love necessarily. And that's fine. That happens in life. We all do what we need to do to pay our bills. Yes. And, it helps you to realize that people are still good at something. They're good at something. They have talents, they have gifts. And, most people will just write that off and throw those folks away when they don't seem to align with the work that's at hand. And for me, that just wasn't an option. I'm like, no, you're good at something. And if you're not good at doing what we're doing here in this space, then let me help you figure out where you can see yourself so that you can do something that you enjoy. Like I have one former employee who was the best call center representative that she could be. And I regard her like a little sister now, but gave me fits. And she knows this. Okay. So I'm not saying anything that
Okay.
she would not co-sign. She would co-sign this. Like, yes, I did. She gave me fits. And, was really one of my most challenging employees to work with in the best possible way. Like really helped me to stretch and to grow as a leader. She went on from working in the call center to being a nurse in Atlanta.
Wow.
Yeah, which, was like, who sees that when you're in there, picking up phones all day? You know what I mean? You don't really see that for someone. And she never talked about that being like a big goal or a dream or anything like that. But, I like to believe that she got to learn about herself too and what she was capable of doing. And that's what she did with her life. And that's what she's doing now. I love that.
I love that too. But again, like you need someone though to help you like pull that wisdom
Yeah.
and see
Yeah.
yourself in a different light.
Yes. Yeah. So she's one. I have her picture actually like on the shelf behind me. I have a picture of my
Aw.
team. My whole like little crew is on the shelf behind me because they were my heavy hitters. And sometimes they hit back. I was like, oh, why y'all? Why? 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 But it stretched me as a leader, and that was part of what I founded my coaching on was just the understanding that not everybody gets access the way other people do. Not everyone is on the track for the C-suite. Some people really just want to do work that they enjoy and feel good about the work that they do.
Right. Right. Exactly. Now, speaking about the work that they do, QueenSuite. Let's get into that. First of all, I love the name, so I need to know how you came up with the name. But also, tell the people what QueenSuite is, and then tell us about the name.
Absolutely. So QueenSuite has evolved over time from personal and professional development to plain and simple leadership development, right? Leading from the inside out. And it did start from the belief that not everyone is destined for the C-suite. So I worked in a corporate environment and I had gotten to a space in my career where I was like, oh, they don't want me up there. Okay. Oh, they don't want me there. Okay, no problem. That is okay. You hit a ceiling, there like people hit a ceiling there, you start to see the demographics of each tier, of employees start to change at different levels. So I just said, okay, I'm going to create a space for me and people like me. And whatever that looks like, and however you see yourself in my story, then you are welcome to the QueenSuite. So that was part of it. And then there's 10% of QueenSuite that's also based on something my grandmother used to say to me. My nana used to always tell me to be sweet. And I know my nana's, she was a saucy lady. Okay. So it was not like be sweet, like, oh, like be angelic and like be a doormat. No, it summed up in a quote that I found much later in life, maybe in the last 10 years, but it's basically a way of saying, don't let the world make you bitter in spite of,
Mm.
be sweet in spite of the bitterness, in spite of the tribulations and the challenges. Be sweet in the face of those things, in the face of adversity, and let this smile be your reward, not theirs.
Wow. Okay, Granny. Dropping
She never explained it that
gems.
way. She might be like, that's not what I meant. I just meant put good sugar in your tea. But
Well, I like your meaning. So let's go with that.
that's what I said. I'm like, I like this, Nana. We're going with it.
Yes. I feel like your meaning will resonate with a lot of people, especially a lot of Black women. So we're gonna
Yes,
we're gonna stick with it.
Mhm.
Now, sticking with this for a moment more, you mentioned this reset system that you have for your leadership kind of process and strategy. Tell me more about that.
Ooh, so this is the system that I was creating during my villainess season, because
Oh,
I just kept feeling like I needed to escape, right? I called it like the escape, like Finding Nemo, escape. So I was building my escape to get the heck out of there. And at that time, I was just like, I just need a reset. And banking industry, they love acronyms. So I had my acronym for reset, and it over time just became the repeatable system that I use with my clients and that I personally use. Um, it's one of those things where you really get into the letters of it. The first letter being review, realize, release.
yeah.
There are different parts of that. But it's the meatiest part, but also not the hardest part. It's the part that people tend to stay stuck in, is looking back and trying to understand things. So that's why the E that follows it is about energy and how you want to
Mm,
feel, right? How you want to feel, right? Because we can commiserate and sit, and we can whine and be miserable about the R's before that and review everything and just keep reviewing, but that's never really going to get you to T. And when you start to choose or be deliberate about the way that you feel, then you start to take some of that power back, right? You take the lessons, you take the power back, and you start to discover your opportunities, where you get to the S. And now that you've got opportunities and you kind of feel good about it, well, now we can create a strategy, because I love to hatch a plan. Now we can create the plan, of course, but you know what, having a plan doesn't mean anything unless you do something with it. So the strategies are really about, here are a couple of things that we can do, small steps that we can take towards the feeling that we've established as part of this goal. So it's really two-pronged. And then the empowerment phase is just about, okay, we need the energy to do the thing. So it's also rooted in emotional intelligence, where you're becoming aware, self-aware when you're dealing in the R's, and you're getting to understand empathy, self-empathy, and motivation between the energize and the strategize. But by the time you get to empower, now you're able to not just localize that internally, but also to socialize it externally. So now you're starting to
mm,
take that power outward to draw people toward your goal, not just you. And then the T is to take action. You got to do some stuff. You got to do a thing, anything, a small thing. It doesn't have to be a big thing, but you have to do something. You have to take at least one small action against all of it. Otherwise, you have no new information and you don't have
mm.
any path forward. So once you get to that action step, you start the process over again. Some people are like, oh no, but I got to go back to the review and realize and release. And yes, because you're not the same person that you were when you were going through the other four letters, right? You've already evolved since then. So now that you take it in action, you have new information, you reserve the right to make a different choice. The process starts over.
Wow. Okay. So it's not just like a scratch off the list. It's more like we're gonna put a check here, but we may put a second check here
Mhm.
after we take the action because we have to circle back here.
Right.
There may be some things we need to revisit or rediscover or
Yes.
reframe.
Yes. It's all written in pencil.
Okay.
right? It's essentially everything is written in pencil because you're going to come back to it eventually anyway. And it's almost like instead of thinking like, oh, I'm leaving this all behind.
Yeah.
No, you already have established that you're coming back to this in a different way, in a revised version of yourself.
Dang. That is a really smart system. I love it.
I've been working on this for a long time, Kat.
I mean, it is so like motivating and thought-provoking. And I just feel like this reset, like you can literally apply this to anything in
Yeah,
life, personal
yeah,
and professional. I mean, I know you built it for professional, but I'm just saying, like, I can think of instances where you
everything.
could, yeah,
It's for everything. I've used it in some of the most challenging times of my life because I believe in walking my talk. And I'm not just one of these, coaches who's selling you stuff and, like, no, I mean, granted, wait for the book, but
I mean, of
still,
course.
but it was one of these things that I'm like, no, I have to try it. I actually have to try it before I deny it. You've heard me say this. Right? Like, how does this work if you really follow it? And if you really follow it, it does work. So, I mean, I have used my own reset and applied it to spaces in my life where I've had to make difficult decisions, personally, or having to deal with just difficult losses, even, right? So reset was born out of being laid off from my previous career and starting a coaching business at the same time. All of that was happening and that I was living my own reset.
Wow. You were living a reset by being real. Like, yes, you're a coach and a professional and you're successful, but you're a real human.
Oh, heck yeah. I am beautifully flawed and chaotic,
Yes.
just like everybody else.
Exactly. That part.
Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's really beautiful.
And it's cyclical. That's the thing. I think that
Yeah.
people need to realize that that everything is cyclical, and the energy that goes with it, or the power, the feeling that goes with it, is cyclical as well. So people talk about ebbs and flows or ups and downs and pros and cons, and okay, well, yeah, all of that. It's all about balance.
Right. Right. Speaking to a true Libra right here. It's all about balance. Well, wait, you're a
Right.
Libra too, right?
Yeah,
You
I
so
forgot.
you know about it.
Yeah, yeah. You know how Libras roll. So right now it makes even more sense to you, right?
Yes. Uh-huh.
Yes.
All right. So you have coached, I'm just going to say thousands of leaders, especially female leaders. So, what do you feel is one lesson that continues to show up no matter what the industry?
Ooh. It's bring someone with you.
Mm,
I've seen a lot of women succeed. I personally have been able to succeed because someone brought me with them, right?
okay.
And women statistically, by the way, live longer um, because of community, right? Like, I don't know how many of
Yes.
y'all saw the documentary about the blue zones and all, and I found it absolutely
Hmm.
fascinating that throughout that entire thing, they kept coming back to the women of the village, the women of that
Yep.
region, the women, and they were the ones that held the secrets to longevity. We have the ability to harness that power all the time, both personally and professionally. And all it takes is to bring one with us. Bring one, bring someone with you on that path, right? Because we are not in direct competition with each other, especially in
Right.
male dominated industries, which could be all of them when we really want to be cute, right? But bring one with you, right? So think of the people who brought you with them. And
Mm,
for those who didn't or can't think of that one person, break the cycle and bring someone with you. And what that can look like is so many things, you know, whether, and it's not about giving them advice and telling them how to dress, because I see that and I hear that from other women and it galls me. No, can we go a little deeper? Let's go 3 layers deeper than skin for a second. I'm fired up, game forward. Okay. Right.
Keep it
But
going.
go a layer deeper, go deeper than what kind of clothes a person wears and what that person looks like, and bring them with you. Let her know she belongs there.
Mm. I love that. I love that. Bring someone with you. I never heard that, but it is so true. And community, tribe, like you said, it's everything. And yes, I have seen Blue Zones and I loved it. And I totally peeped that. But
Yeah,
yes, bring someone with you. Like you cannot do it alone.
no, we really can't. It's just one of those things where it's not, you know, about our besties all the time, right? I mean, granted, I'm a Libra, so it's like I have really, really good friends. I know tons and tons of people,
Yes,
right?
I get it.
And yet I don't have a bestie. Like I didn't even have a maid of honor. I didn't do any of that in my wedding. I was like, ew. Right? But you know, what I had instead is kind of reflective of the way that I moved through the world. And that was I had 3 goddesses, my bridal goddesses, right?
Oh,
And they were all from different spaces and phases in my life, ironically, or maybe not ironically, but every single one of those women was from a different space or phase of my life and represented something different about me. Right. So there was no one who, you know, could only do this thing or was the best overall. That to me, that was ridiculous. I'm like, that's silly. It's because I could recognize the gifts in each one of them because this one knew me since the second grade, and this one was my first roommate after college, and this one is my sister-in-law, right? Going forward. So we see different gifts in people, and that's the part that we're taking along on the journey.
right. It's such an important journey.
Yeah,
And we do, like you said, like it's all about these different chapters and phases.
absolutely.
And we're such different people in all these chapters.
In every chapter, we're a different person. We're a different version of ourselves.
Yep.
Like I think about my mentor. I met my mentor in like the weirdest way. May God rest her soul. Because she came into my office when I was working for, you know, my previous employer, one
Mhm.
of them anyway. And she comes in and she looks at me. I'm the brand new 20 something manager, a Black woman, young, right? Sitting in the manager's office of the headquarters branch. Probably for the first time. I think I was the first Black
Oh,
woman to sit
wow.
in that role. And she walked in and she just looked at me and she goes, "Who the hell are you? This is Jersey for you." She really did.
Oh my God.
She put her head in my office with the
Oh my
nice
God.
furniture and the credenza that I worked so hard for. And she looks at me and goes, "Who the hell are you?" And it was at the
Oh,
same time like this existential question that she was asking, right? I just remember kind of like bristling a little, like, you mean who the hell am I, right? You know, but looking back now, many years later, you know, nearly 2 decades later, at that moment, I'm like, that was such a powerful question that she was asking in that moment. It's like, who the hell are you? And you know, saying, "Oh, well, I'm the branch manager up in this
right.
piece," you know, kind of didn't amount to anything. But she was my mentor, and that was who brought me along, even though we didn't always agree. We would butt heads. Also a Libra, by the way. She was a Libra.
Oh,
She's on the
perfect.
cusp. She was on the cusp of Scorpio. So we
Oh,
could get along,
spicy.
right? So spicy. Oh gosh. And I miss her dearly. I really do. I truly do because she kind of ushered me into a different phase of, oh my goodness, I didn't know that I was going to get emotional. I actually felt like a little, I'm like, oh.
Aww.
But she did. She ushered me in, and she ushered me through that phase of my career. And she was one of the people who helped to pick me up when I was no longer working at that organization, because she had already been there, done that. It had that same experience. And, she also supported me in becoming a coach. I went to the same coaching program that she had gone to, ironically. Um, so she supported that, and we worked together in a sense where I had given her opportunities when I was a branch manager that she was able to give back to me later when I became a coach.
Wow.
Like, I'm grateful for women like that.
Right. Women like that who see you
Mhm.
and you
And
ask
ask you
you
who
this
the hell you
question.
are.
Yes, yes. Extremely important questions when you're in your 20s.
Yes, oh
Oh,
gosh, I miss
wow.
her.
Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, I miss her.
It's actually a perfect segue, I think, to my next question, which is just so everyone knows, I myself have had the privilege of, doing the spending time with Lumia, doing the Lumia coaching program. You've mentored me more than once along the way. Confidence was a key theme in most of our conversations. And so I want to like revisit that a little bit. So, what is like one confidence habit that you swear by that might sound a little like a little odd, a little strange to people, but it actually works?
I think you know the answer to
I
this.
do, but I want you to share.
I want you to, what do you think it is?
Do it scared.
And then do it again.
And then do it again. Yes. Okay.
Yeah, it totally is. It's do it scared and then do it again. Because that that has absolutely been the theme of my life, is just, okay, do it scared. And then, like, oh, okay, well, that was scary, but it wasn't as scary as I thought it was going to be. Let me do it again. Um, I kind of learned this through being a foodie.
Oh, tell me more.
Yeah, I love food, love it. Okay. And I know that not everyone, like, food is my love language, right? Like, talk foodie to me. And it's like, okay, how many times have you tried something, right? One time, or you ate it with your eyes only, and you looked at it and you're like, I don't want to eat that.
Yeah.
I don't want to try that, right? Or you taste it and you're like, I didn't like that. I knew I wasn't going to like that, right? So now you have the confirmation bias of it. Me, I'm going to eat it again. Even though I had it someplace, I may not eat it at that same place. Okay. If I go to your house and I don't like the potato salad, I'm not eating potato salad at your house again. It's just that simple, right? But
Yeah.
when it comes to certain things, food teaches you, in a sense, to get over the discomfort of uncertainty. It really does. Like,
Mm.
I love the lessons that you learn through food and through dogs. I'm just saying. And it really, like, leadership skills all around. So when you see something that is off-putting, yes, we eat with our eyes first. However, we can't always let our eyes inform our inaction. So,
Mm.
we take a bite, you take a bite of a thing, even though you're reluctant or apprehensive. And then you're like, oh, okay, wait, hold on. That didn't taste the way I thought it was going to taste. So now you've already changed your paradigm. You've already shifted your mind around this thing because you were able to get over what it looked like to you, to taste it. Then you taste it and you're like, okay, you know what? That wasn't so bad. Maybe it needs a little salt, you know? And, you do it again. That's what I mean. We can't just go through life saying, no, that's not for me. No, I'm not going to taste it. I'm not going to try it. I'll try it. And if I'm in a different state, in a different country, I'm at somebody different's house and it looks different, I'm going to say, okay, I know I don't really care for beets, but I'm going to try it one more again just because this might be the time it changes everything.
Hey, hey, you never know. Do it scared. I'm so glad that I got that one right. I was like, I think she's gonna talk about it. No,
Yeah.
seriously, because it was like so life-changing for me as a person. And
Uh,
I want you to share that. And I'm so glad that you mentioned it because I know that it will get people thinking about the way that they approach areas in their lives, professionally and personally, that they feel maybe they aren't so strong in, but maybe there's an opportunity to revisit, reset, and say, hey, actually, maybe this, yes, it's scary. I can identify my emotions behind it, but also there's a lesson I need to learn here. So why don't I just go ahead and do it? See what
yeah.
happens.
Like I think that people think that avoidance looks strong. It looks like
Mm,
strength, right? Like, no, I don't have to do that. Yeah. Nope. I'm good, right? I don't need that, right? No, that's something different. That's resistance.
right,
That's what that
right.
really is. It's really resistance. But when people are able to kind of let go of that and give in a little bit to the fear of saying like, yeah, actually, I'm going to acknowledge I am scared to try that. And then you start to reflect on why or what's getting in the way of that, what's important for you that you haven't yet realized or confirmed. Well, then it changes the way that you show up in that thing or that situation or those circumstances.
You're about to trademark that. Do it scared. I'm affirming that for you.
Yes, I listen, I don't mind. I think I might have to do something about that.
Some stickers, a billboard, I don't know, something.
Because you hear people say it, but I think it's the and do it again that
Yeah,
really drives it home
yeah,
because doing it scared is just one half of the battle. It really
right.
is. Everything that I've ever done successfully, I've had to do scared at least once. And
Wow.
if I do it well, or someone's like, oh my gosh, you're so good at this, it's because I did it again and again. It's the practice of it then.
Well, let me ask you then, what is something that you continue to do that scares you, but you do it anyway and you do it again?
Create videos for social media.
Really?
Oh, I hate
You're
it.
so good at them, though. Tell me more. Really?
No, no, I did it. And one of the best clients that I've had the pleasure of working with for the last 6 or 7 years came from a video that I did scared and ugly. Okay, because sometimes that's the other thing. Sometimes we feel like we're too ugly when we're that scared.
Yes. Yes.
And I think I'm cute. I'm like, I'm cute, but still, no, really, I was like, oh, I don't like, I just wasn't feeling confident, right? And if for me that day feeling confident meant, I don't like feel that cute, then I wasn't going to record the video. And it was one of those days where I was actually waiting for my husband to come, like with some routine. We were actually sitting in the city. I was parked up so that we didn't, we were double parked. So we didn't get a ticket. So we're double parked in Brooklyn, and the sun hit me the right way. And I was like, oh, she cute. So I recorded the video, right? Even though I hated doing that and it just wasn't my thing. And I wasn't in love with my hair because, like, me and Roberta, that's a different story for a different set of questions. But I'm sitting there and I'm like, let me do this video. So I do the video and I post it on Facebook. And it was just like let go, surrender to the fear of being judged or people looking at it funny or like not getting any recognition for it, whatever, let go. And a couple months later, I get a contact from someone who's looking to have me speak at their conference based off of a okay, vertical video that I posted just like with a quick message about something.
Wow.
I don't even remember what it was about. And I think I've tried either removed the video or I buried it. If it's still up there today, like it's buried. But it was one of those things. And that kicked off a relationship that's lasted some 7 years.
Wow. Listen up, people. Do it scared. Do it again.
Do it ugly if you have to.
Right. Just do it.
Just do it. Now that one I think is already taken, but
That's okay.
that one's already
That's
taken,
okay.
right? But that's the whole thing. You have to do something.
Yeah.
The other stuff doesn't matter. You can change it, you can fix it. But we overthink things into oblivion.
Ah, the human experience.
Yeah,
That's what we
yeah,
do.
yeah. All of us, myself included.
Listen, same. And also we're Libras, so it's just like, constant like I don't know. I don't
Yeah,
eh,
yeah.
eh.
It's crazy.
So opposite of overthinking, I want to know about sort of rituals and habits. So, can you talk to me about what is a personal ritual that you feel just instantly resets your energy?
Ooh, this is gonna sound so ridiculous. Okay. I love ginger chews.
I just had one before this call.
I have a bowl of them that I keep on my desk. But
Yes.
there's something about this, that tactile,
Mm,
crunchy sound. Like it is so soothing. So I might actually sit and fiddle with the wrapper. Can you hear it?
I
And
can.
yes, right? Like the little crunchy sound of the wrapper. I might do that for a few minutes before I even consume the chew, just because it's almost
Interesting.
meditative.
Hmm.
That's wild, but it is. It's basically my ASMR. It
Listen, if it works, it works. Right?
really is. It's something so grounding. And then ginger itself has a grounding quality to it.
Yes.
I mean, granted, it does speak a little bit more to my fourth chakra, where it's like, okay, that sacral chakra, where you can kind of get into your you know yeah, it does a few different things. The
Yeah.
spiciness of the ginger also kind of likes to pluck at your root chakra a little bit, and it just, some of those things just bring me the smallest bit of joy and comfort at the same time.
Yes. It's a healthy distraction, I think.
Yeah,
Also,
yeah.
I wasn't kidding. I literally, like, I am going to show you. I don't know if they're the same kind, but literally.
Those, I like those too, but yeah, look. Okay, so this is the bowl, and
Yes.
in it, yes, I do have some of those, and I
I love
also
it.
have some of these.
I love it. Amazing.
But yes,
This wasn't
it's
planned, y'all, by the way,
no, that was not planned. That is like, that's my real life. And then, of course, there is absolutely a refill bag that sits on the shelf behind me.
for another podcast.
Mhm. Just buy the
I
5 pound
love,
bag.
right? A couple of more questions for you before I let you go. And this one I feel is really important. I'm really curious about. I feel like others will be curious about it too. So, younger self. If your
Mhm.
younger self could see you now, what would she be most proud of?
Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. She would be incredibly proud that she gets to use her voice,
Hmm.
for sure. Because she always had something to say. She always had something to say. She always had something to say, but she wasn't always allowed or permitted to say it. And then she didn't realize that she didn't let go of that rule soon enough. I mean, in parts and pieces, but
Yeah.
it took a long time to shed that you're to be seen and not heard. And that definitely carried into my career until I just, yeah, I'm like, oh, I don't have that anymore.
What a wonderful feeling to shed that.
Mhm. Yeah.
Amazing.
So she loves that, and she loves that this version of me gets to hopefully break that curse earlier for my niece,
Yes, you will. 100%.
for sure.
And then lastly, what is next on the horizon for you?
There really is a book. There really is a book. It's
Yay.
been loading for the longest. It's
Okay.
loading for the longest. And some personal challenges and a long tango with grief slowed it down for a little bit.
Yeah.
And it's back. It's back. It's back. So it's almost ready, and I'm really excited about it because Reset finally is going to grace the pages, and it's been a long time. So I'm excited that it's it's happening.
Yes. I'm so excited for you.
Thank you. I will make sure that you get an advance copy.
Oh, thank you so much. I feel so honored.
So yeah, it's been a long time, and I'm super excited about it.
Amazing. Well, please let me know when you drop the book. I'd love to share it with my viewers, and then we can keep this party going.
Thank you. I
Keep
look
the
forward to
knowledge
that.
sharing.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, that's all the time that we have today, Danielle. Thank you so much again for gracing us with your presence. This was so much fun.
Thank you. It was. I'm like, this felt like this was the pre-party, you know what I mean, to the game tonight. We're
It is.
pre-gaming.
Let's go.
Yes.
So good to see you as always. Thanks again for being here.
Thank you, Kat. Thanks for the platform.
Absolutely. I'll talk to you later.
You too.
Bye.